Welcome back everybody. In this video we'll be looking at Ticket Racing 2. Since the last devlog I've been sorting out a system for the buying of the cars from the map. And if you follow me on Twitter, I had a revelation and I posted it there. It was basically I was overcomplicating it. I was trying to make it as like professional, as polished, and as like fun as I could. Like not, it wasn't even fun. It was just perfect. You know what I mean? But it was taking forever. Like each of these like buttons, when you press, it would it would have a whole load of stuff. Let me show you this right now. This has one thing. Before it was checking if it was the same brand, the same country, the same region, and then deciding whether or not it should go to this one or to a different car or whatever. And that was way too overcomplicated and was taking me so long that I was not even working on the game basically. So I spent a day like taking out the stuff and putting what needs to be there in, and it literally took me only a day to set it all up. While it was taking me it took me more than 3 days to realize that it was gonna just be too much work. So I'll show you what that would have looked like. I had it so if you were to click on the USA, it would take you to the brands, and each of these brands would then take you to, the specific brand, and these buttons would then be hidden if it was, if there were no other brands, and this wouldn't take you anywhere if there were no other brands. But say it's Lord, and you click on next, as long as it's not a as long as it's not asking for it to be a C-class vehicle, it would then take you to, the Lord V8 Super. So basically, that's simplified it way down. It's the only thing it really cares about now is region, class, and country, while before it cared about the brand as well. And the brand is what overcomplicated it, because I wanted it to be, like deep dive in. You click on this and it takes you in, but yeah, I decided to get rid of that. It's just too much work and just not much payoff. So I'll show you how it works now. We'll just press start and I'll go into a new game. And I'll just skip that tutorial. And we go into buy and sell, and if we press buy cars, now, it will take us to this just like before. We can cycle through the classes, and say if we have to go to America now, and we click on USA, it would just take us into USA cars. And if we go through, there shouldn't be any other cars other than American cars. And you see here, that was a supercar, or like a formula car, and it was still American, and that was because I didn't press the class. If I press it to class S, then that will just be formula cars. And although there's the button here, nothing happens. I might find a way to clean this up, but I will probably just leave it there because it just doesn't matter that much, and it does require a lot of work to just constantly check whether or not it should go or not. So in that case, I just won't. Actually, I do have a way of fixing it. I'll just use the actor as the button, and when it does nothing, I would make it hide, basically. But yeah, we go to the C class, and then boom, we have we don't have any other cars other than American C class cars, and that's simple. If we go to Europe, if we click on all, if we just click on all and we click on a country we want, say Italy, then we have all of the Italian cars. There's only 3. And if we go to like Sweden, then there's only this car. So it actually works pretty well. French cars, there's only these 2, I think. Yep. But yeah, it works fine, and it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Obviously, when there's loads of cars in the game, it might become a problem, but that isn't a problem yet, and the amount of work it requires to like troubleshoot that now, I don't think it really pays off if it doesn't become a problem. But I might be kicking myself in the future, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's basically what I've done. I've also made it so you can upgrade your garage. Currently there isn't a price on it, but there will be, and you can upgrade and have up to 5 slots. You can buy multiple cars. If I go into the just fuel cars and I can buy this. Obviously, it will still take me to the calendar, because obviously it does push the day forward as you do it, and you want to keep track of your racing. So let's have this car, and what else do we want? I might have the, I think it's the Venus. Yeah, 1.5k. Let's buy that. And it automatically puts it in the next free slot, and the slots are set up automatically. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted the thing I posted about the overcomplication. I showed the connections on the screen, and the bottom ones were the with the garage, and it automatically works. When I press this, it knows which slot I'm in right now. It sees which slot or which car is in the next slot, and then it goes to that car. So technically, if we have 2 of the same car, it's just switching to the same scene, but it knows we're in a different slot. And because of that, I have simplified some things. Like, I was going to have engine swapping in the game, but because of that, I don't think I will. The amount of work it has, and I feel like that doesn't really matter to the game, while the cars and the tracks is what actually matters. But yeah, we can see here we have empty slots, and then that's the last slot, so there's no arrow. So yeah, it's pretty simple, and it's very effective, I think. It feels really great when you knowing you have this car. And then when I set up the race calendar to have the races I haven't made it so that the races check to see which car the slot is. So that will be my next job. But for this week, I'm working on some secret projects with the Retro Room, the guy who made Quest Arrest. So I will be leaving this for a while, but I think to make the races check to, make the races check whether or not it's the correct car is easy enough that I can do it within next weekend, I reckon. And then I think as long as there's nothing else game breaking about the game, I will upload this version to itch. It'll just be the spring 1950 still. There won't be that extra race I added, just so I can completely fill out summer 1950, and then that will come much later. But yeah, the game is coming on, and I'm feeling very confident with how it's actually going. Yeah, if you like this video, if you like Take It Racing, please subscribe. Maybe if you haven't already played it, go and play it on itch. There'll be a link in the description. I have a Patreon, so if you want to support me, then there's a link in the description. And like this video if you like this video, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.